So March Madness is here. The tournament is finally here. We got to Selection Sunday. We did it all. We know the 64 teams that are in both the men's and women's tournament. And while no, I am not going to break down the entire bracket for each one. I know I did an episode of that a year or 2 years ago. Not doing that this year. I'm not doing that because of how wide open, at least the men's side is. You have the Alabama in the South, or the number one seeds in the regions. The South region is Alabama. The Midwest is Houston. The East is Purdue. The West is Kansas. This has been for a couple years now, and that is there is more parity in at least college basketball than there's been since I can remember. And I don't think that's because there's just great teams. Now, yes, there are good teams, don't get me wrong. Like Alabama's a really good team. Purdue's a really good team. But I just think everyone is most teams are the equal playing field. Whether you think that's an incredible playing field, whether you think that's a low bar playing field, it's up to you. I just think that everyone is on an equal playing field. Now, I know that's easy to say when it's like, well, everyone has a chance to win a national championship. I just think this year, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people won the national championship. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my final four. And then I'm going to tell you who I have winning the national championship on both the men's and women's. Let me start with the men's, since I was just pretty much talking about the men's. Like I said, man, there is parity throughout. Anybody could win the national championship. And I think that when that's the case, players shine more than teams. Now, there's never been a team, because if you really look, I don't remember the last time the best player in college basketball won the national championship. I mean, yeah, I don't remember the last time. I mean, because you can argue maybe last year. I don't remember the last time the Wooden Award winner. Well, I think it was OG Anunoby. Not OG. Homie from Kansas. What I'm saying is this. When you have parity like this, you kind of lean towards star players. Because you have to find a competitive advantage somewhere, and when the field is this close, you lean on star players. So I say that to say, let's start with the South. The South, wow, yes, you have Alabama, you have Arizona. I think Virginia being at number 4 is crazy. You have Baylor, but we don't know about Baylor's best player. He might be out for the tournament. I think that the best players are going to have to shine, because this is a tough tournament. I mean, West Virginia at 9 is tough. San Diego State at 5 is tough. I think that this region is going to come down to Brandon Miller and let me hold up. Let me look homie's name. From Arizona, the tall dude's name, because his name is crazy. What is his name? Starts with a. Oh, that's it. It's gonna be Brandon Miller and Trebellis, Azolas Trebellis. Yeah. I think it's going to come between those two. Now again, you can feel how you feel about Brandon Miller. It is what it is. Especially off the court, but on the court, he has been the best player in college basketball, next to probably Zach Edey, the majority of this season. He for sure has been the best freshman this year. And while I like Arizona and I like Alabama, it's gonna come between Miller and Tubelis. And Tubelis has been one of the best. Now I know I'm probably messing up your name, bro. I apologize. But Tubelis has been one of the best forwards in college basketball that we don't talk about a lot, because a lot of times we don't really watch Arizona basketball, how late it comes on. But Arizona has been one of the best teams in college basketball. One thing that I can't get out of my head. I saw Brandon Miller put up, 41 points? And they almost lose that game. I think it went to overtime because Brandon Miller had to hit a clutch basket to take it into overtime, and he had to hit the game winner in overtime. I think that while Brandon Miller's good, the Alabama team as a whole isn't great. And I think that there's better players on Arizona as a whole than there is with Alabama. So I think Arizona will be coming out the South as far as the Final Four. And I think they will be playing. You see, I hate this, bro. I hate having to admit this. I really do. But when you talk about the East, to me, the East is a two. I don't like Purdue's guards. Of course, Purdue being the number one seed in the East. I don't like Purdue's guards. I think Zach Edey has been the best player overall in college basketball all year, but Purdue's guards are not that good. Boy, I hate it. But also one thing that you want to do coming into the tournament is you want to be playing the best basketball that you can be playing. And the hottest team right now in the East, and I'm not just saying because, their record and everything, but Duke is clicking right now. I think that Duke, while yes, they're a young team, they are playing their best basketball at the right time. They just won the ACC tournament. I think Duke is going to come out the East. I think the Final Four is going to be Arizona and Duke. I really do. On that side. On the Midwest side, I think it really depends on the health of Houston's best player. If Houston's best play, if he can't play, because that's one of the biggest reasons why they that's their hesitation. Because I think there's only one team. I like most of these teams. Like I like Miami with Jordan Miller. I like Indiana. I like Xavier. But I think if Houston's best player isn't healthy, Texas is winning this. As far as winning the Midwest with Sir Jabari, I think it's going to be Texas. Texas's best player. Texas did just win the Big 12. I think Texas is a two. I have Texas coming out the Midwest. I have Texas coming out the Midwest. In the West, to me, the West is the hardest region. They did not do Kansas any favors. To me, you have the best number two seed in UCLA in this region. You have the best number 3 seed in this region in Gonzaga, and you have the best number 4 seed in this region in UConn. They did not do Kansas any breaks. Like, And on top of that, you also have TCU, who's on fire. You boy. Now, before Selection Sunday, I will admit, before Selection Sunday, I had Kansas winning it all. I think it kind of reason why I have Duke coming out the East. You're playing the best basketball at the right time. Now, yes, I know they lost the Big 12 championship, but Jalen Wilson, you're playing the best basketball that you can right now. But I look at this, it is a gauntlet. They are going to have to go against, for some reason, I get it. The sleeper in this, not sleeper, because a lot of people are picking them, in the West is UConn. UConn has been one of the best teams all year. Now, yes, they did go through a mean skid in the middle of the season, but they have been the best team. They've been one of the best teams this year. And I understand, why they would pick them. They have size, they have guard play, they have shooting, they have defense, they have everything that you need. I like UCLA. I like Tiger. I like. I don't like. I don't have any faith in Gonzaga in the slightest, like at all. Even though I do think that the best 3 seed in this tournament, I don't think that. I mean, we've seen Gonzaga make it all the way to the national championship multiple times and lose every single time. To me, it's a two team. This is a 2-team race. It's between Kansas and UConn, and just so happens that if they both make it, they would have to see each other in the Sweet 16. I am going to go. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. I'm gonna go with Kansas. Because they did just win the national championship. Jalen Wilson is playing really good. Even though I do like UConn, I'm gonna go with Kansas. They're hot right now. Even though they did just lose the Big 12 championship. So my Final Four is Arizona, Duke, Texas, and Kansas. I think Arizona's size and speed is going to be able to match up well with Duke's size and speed. And because of that, I have Arizona making it to the national championship, and I have Kansas making it to the national championship over Texas. And I have Kansas winning the national championship. Again, first team since Florida to win back-to-back. First team on the men's side since Florida to win back-to-back. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.